Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Today I'm going to be doing my 5 tips for gorgeous wedding day details, and today is tip number 1. I'm actually coming to you live from my front door, which you'll see in a moment. Typically I would do this in my studio. Unfortunately we have a sick pup at home that can't be home alone, so I'm going to do this from my front door today. So today's first tip when photographing wedding day details is shooting perpendicular to a window. And actually what's really funny about this, when I first started shooting weddings, I didn't even think about the direction of light when I was shooting details. I just wanted to make sure I just had light. Didn't even think about the quality of it, but as I started to think more and more about it and started shooting this way, it made a huge difference in the quality of my photos. And actually, this is something that I do not only with wedding day details, but this is how I approach pretty much anything that I'm shooting indoors when I want to use natural light. So what I'm going to show you today is just a quick setup with a chair right next to my door that happens to have a big window in it, and exactly how I would shoot that. So I'm going to turn the camera around here so you can see this setup. So there's some backlight, so it's not exactly easy to see, but here is my front door. You can see. And the way that I would set this up is I would have a chair or a table, something completely perpendicular to the light source. So we've got the light coming in the side here, and I have my shoes, which will be our detail for today, set up right here on the chair. So I'm just going to show you the difference in light, the different directions for shooting, and I'm actually going to shoot this, and I'm going to upload the finished images in the comments once it's done. But here you have the window, here we've got the shoes. So typically I would shoot starting here, and you see how you have the light coming in from the right side, and it's creating a pattern of light and shadow across the shoes. So I typically would shoot that way, and then I would also shoot from this direction as well. It's just a little bit more dramatic. You have a little bit more shadow and some light coming into that far corner of the shoes. Typically a way that I don't shoot, but some people do. They really like a flatter light. So I might shoot this way to get more of a flat light. This is more of a beauty light on the detail. So I'm gonna set this up and I'm going to shoot with these, and I'll tell you exactly what my settings are as I'm doing this. So we'll set that up so you can see. I'm gonna be using, I use a Canon 5D Mark III, and my settings right now, typically I shoot pretty wide open. I'm at 2.5, sometimes at 2.2, and my ISO is at 400, and my shutter speed is 1/60th. So I would start by shooting a detail, and this is not just for shoes, this is for any detail that you're doing, whether it's rings or imitations. I'm gonna do everything just this way. So I would shoot the shoes just like this. I focus on the bottom part of the shoes. Whatever's closest to the camera is what I want in focus. So I would shoot a couple shots this way, maybe just a couple on the tops of the shoes right at the front. I would do that horizontally. And then I'm gonna move off to the side and do a few shots this way of the shoes. And like I said, typically I don't come around and do a flatter shoot, but I will go ahead and photograph that as well so you guys can see what that would look like. And you really get 3 different looks by doing it that way. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around so I can talk to you. So that is exactly how I shoot all of my details on wedding day, and it really does give me the best options for light. And I'm gonna show you something here in just a moment. I'm gonna turn the chair around because I want you to see what the light would look like if you didn't have dimension to it, if you were just going into a room, not trying to find window light and just shooting with whatever the available light is. So if I were to turn this chair around and I just didn't pay any attention to the dimension of the light, this is what you have. It's really just kind of dark and just not very appealing when you're shooting. So there are definitely situations where you'll go into a room and you'll want to photograph, but there's no window. So then what do you do at that point? If you're shooting off-camera flash, that is what I definitely recommend doing, shooting off-camera flash and setting up the flash in the exact same position that you would have a window. So if you guys have any questions about this, or if you have any images that you have photographed that you would like critiqued, or you want to just post them below, or also there is a link to my Facebook group that you are more than welcome to join if you would like information, free information on education, any questions that you have. And then under there as well will be a link for the 5 tips for gorgeous wedding day details if you haven't had a chance to download that yet. There will be 4 more videos, one for each additional tip that's in the guide, and you can follow along. And then if you have any other questions, maybe you want some more one-on-one attention and you'd like to have some time with me to talk about what your goals are for your business, or you need shooting tips, then there's a link below for that as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys soon.